Hello, everybody. I'm Stephanie Carmen from CityBeat, and today we have another show of Mid-City TV. I'm doing several interviews through starting at the beginning of this month. I started with Mid-City TV, and so now every week I'm going to be having interviews here. And today I am excited to talk with Speranza Avram, who lives in Progreso, and they have a really fabulous project that she's going to be telling us about. It is the yearly home tour of the beach home tour. So we know we have the Merida home tour and they also have the beach home tour, but this year they're going virtual and you have access to that home tour. But this is a really great event because it is for a special cause, the Progreso Apoyo Program A.C, which helps school children. So I'm going to let Speranza tell you a little bit more about that. But before, I'm going to show you the intro video here, and you can get an idea before we bring her on about what's going on here in this video. I'm going to take myself out, show you guys the video.
Buy your tickets now for the Progreso Home Tour. This video program lets you visit 7 beautiful homes along the north coast of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. Experience the good life in the towns of Tuberna, Progreso, and Telchac Puerto. This pay-per-view video benefits the Progreso Apoyo Program to help kids succeed in school. So go to progresohometour.com to get your ticket and view the program. Don't miss this great event.
All right, I'm hoping you guys could hear that, but I'm going to bring Speranza back on. Oops, let's take these off. Hold on just a second. We'll take him off, right? All right, here we go. Hi, Speranza, how are you?
Hi, oh, good, now we're starting. I'm great, thank you, Stephanie, how are you?
I'm doing well, I'm doing well. I'm hoping they could hear the video. Did we hear the video?
Yeah. It was not the quality that they would get if they were on the pay-per-view, because that was on YouTube and it loses a bit. But yeah, I was able to hear it. But we can certainly talk about it. So yeah.
Oh, good, good. Yes. So tell us a little bit about the program, Speranza, and what it is you guys got going in Progreso.
Sure. So I'm the president of the Progreso Apoyo Program, and we're one of actually 4 Apoyo programs working along the beach. And we have the program in Tuberna, we have the program in Chalem, we have our program in Progreso, and one in Telchac. And we all essentially operate in the same sphere, which is what we're doing, is trying to help students stay in school, succeed in school, so they can go on and have a better future than they otherwise perhaps would. That's all of our core mission. Mm-hmm. And every one of us has a sort of a annual fundraiser to raise money to help operate the program, support the kids. And the Progreso Apoyo Program has a home tour. This is our 3rd year of the Progreso Home Tour, and we operated on the first Saturday of March, when a lot of snowbirds are still here. And the past 2 years, it's been very successful. We've had between 250 and 300 people on Saturday morning, come and tour through several homes in Progreso and Chicxulub. And essentially, we organize the tour so not everybody's clumped in the same home. And we start at 9 o'clock in the morning. We offer special taxis, so people don't have to drive around and find the home. They get in their taxi, flat rate, 50 pesos, and off they go. And it's a circular route. And then they come back to Crocodile's restaurant, which a lot of people are aware of, and have a great time having a meal, having a raffle, doing a silent auction, chatting with their friends. And it's a lovely Saturday morning, and it's a really good cause. But
and that was in the good old days. Well,
that was in the good old days.
That was it doesn't happen again in the future. But
we're hoping for next year. I got to tell you, we're hoping for next year, because there really is nothing like the in-person event, right? We get that.
Absolutely.
But really, even late last year, we realized we needed to plan for something else. And this event, the home tour, does actually lend itself pretty well to being a virtual event, right? Everybody's watched Home and Garden TV, and they have this
Absolutely.
work. So Mary Elizabeth Wahlberg, who's on our board of directors and is the home tour coordinator, started reaching out to different people to see if they were okay with being the home tour. And we realized very quickly that we're not limited to Progreso and Chicxulub, are we? We now, because we're virtual, we can go along the coast. And so we said, let's do that. So we have 3 homes in Taberna, 2 homes in Progreso, and then 2 homes in Telchac, Puerto, which you would never be able to do on a Saturday morning.
Sure. Yeah.
So that was really fun. And so essentially we've been working pretty much since December on putting together this program, which really is a professionally done program. What's interesting about it is, we all come to Mexico with our skills and things we've done in other lives, right? Well, myself and my husband, Dave Block, who's the editor, we used to do video production. So we actually understand what needed to happen. Our narrator, Rebecca Gleason, she's also on our board. She was a professional actress. She knows how to do narration, right?
Yeah, you guys
and Mary Wahlberg, right? Mary Elizabeth Wahlberg did public relations and media marketing. She's a writer, so she knows how to write. And so all of those pieces of the puzzle came together. And the only professional we hired was actually the videographer. And he's a local, actually a guy from Progreso who does professional video, and we hired him to do the video. So it all came together. It was a lot of work, but it's actually really good.
Right. Well, yeah, I watched the video before we got together, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and there's so many wonderful houses, really. And it's fun because you can get ideas for your own house, or you can dream a little bit about having your beach house and what it might actually be like. Yeah, it's definitely great, very high quality. And of course you give us an in-depth explanation of the support that you are doing with the Progreso Apoyo Program, the support for the children.
Right.
Tell us a little, because right now with the schools, it has been a huge challenge. I mean, since the beginning of the pandemic, they put everybody back at home. And so we're talking families that, if they have one computer, they're lucky, or even internet. But a lot of them have 2 or 3 kids or more. And each child has to have his or her own computer or tablet. So it's been really a challenge.
Yeah, let's take a step back, Stephanie. Most of our children do not have computers in the home, flat out. Let's just start there. They will probably have a cell phone, and they may or may not have internet in the home, so they're topping off their cell phone at OXXO. So when the schools closed suddenly in March, we, again, at the Apoyo program, took a step back and said, okay, normally what we do with our kids in the summer is we buy them uniforms, we buy them backpacks, we stuff them with school supplies, we get them new shoes, and we send them off to school in September. We're feeling really good. That didn't happen this past year, did it? Not at all. So the first thing we said, and again, this was actually my background, was also technology, access to technology by the underserved, because we lived in very rural areas in the States. And so the first thing we said is, you know what? They're going to need internet, because they need to be able to connect with the school, whether it's WhatsApp or Google Meet, or even be able to watch YouTube TV. They need internet. So what we did is the way our program works is every year sponsors pay us 2,900 pesos per child in secundaria, 3,900 pesos for prepa, high school. And that buys their uniforms, their shoes, their backpacks, whatever, right? Well, last year we took a lot of that money and we started paying the internet fees, 300 pesos per month.
Per month.
300 pesos per month for 52 students to get internet. We were assisted by, I have to say, 2 of our sponsors gave very large donations to help us specifically with that effort, because they understood how important that was. So with the combination of those 2 large donations and the sponsor fees, we have enough money to pay from September through the end of the school year, internet fees for 300 kids.
Oh, great.
So that's thing one. Then the second thing is they got these little tiny phones. So in August, September, we said, okay, we got them internet. what if we buy them something a little bigger than a smartphone? We couldn't afford computers. And they're also 13, 14, 15 years old, so they're not, laptops a bit much. So we did some fundraising. We asked our sponsors, we asked the community, and in 2 weeks, we raised more than 100,000 pesos. So we could buy every single student a 10-inch tablet.
Oh, wow. And
yeah.
how many students? How many students was that?
We have
52.
We have 52. We have 52.
That's incredible.
And it was really a wonderful thing. I mean, I think people really want to help. They just need to know how. And so it's one of the things that we do at the Apoyo program is we connect those who want to give back to the community with those in the community who have the need, and we make it all happen, right? We're the broker. Yeah. So, so our kids now have tablets, but then there's more. So we did the internet fees, we did the tablets,
right?
And then, as we explained in the video, a year ago, we were teaching English in the schools on a Saturday morning. We did we had volunteers coming in, and kids would come and they'd practice English. Well, that's not happening. So we ended up creating a virtual English program that's actually been more work than we ever thought it was going to be, but really successful. And what it does is it connects a student, one of our students, with a volunteer English coach, maybe a teacher. They're not teachers, they're coaches. And we use Duolingo and we use Google Meet. And it's a one-on-one relationship between a student and their coach. And basically, we have 23 kids working with coaches, and the coaches are in Canada or in the States or maybe in Progreso. It's all virtual. It's going anywhere, right? So just like you and I are talking one-on-one, that's happening with the coach and their student.
Right. Right. Which is absolutely the new trend. Actually, that's my day job. I teach online all day. I teach people in Russia. I teach people in Canada. I teach people here. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's exactly cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So we call it the virtual English program. And took a bit to get set up. And interestingly, one of the barriers was that a lot of people, and call it my generation, maybe not yours, but a lot of older people aren't as technically savvy.
No.
And this year has really stretched many people's
there's been a learning curve, right?
Right. And our program coordinator, Debbie Ritchie, who's a longtime Progreso resident, she's really taken on this program and made it her own. And when she first started, she said, now, Speranza, I'm not very techie. I don't know a lot about technology. Well, now you should see her. She's leading Google. They now the teachers have weekly meetings by Google. And there's close to 20 people every week who are connecting and sharing ideas and getting, sharing materials. So we've created a learning community, which is, good for the students. It's good for our program to have a body of people that are engaged with it. And Debbie's leading those meetings, and I tease her. I said, look at you. You know more about technology than I do almost. So anyway, it's been really great.
Well, that's great. I mean, it's really great to see the work that you guys are doing, because I know, even as a parent, and my kids are a lot older, and so I don't have to worry about them, and they have their own computers. But I have other friends and other people who have, speak, especially with the very low income. I mean, it has just been a huge struggle in the education of their kids this year. I mean, there's been so many challenges, not technology, but then, where the space of where they can study. And so the services that you guys are providing for them is just really invaluable, really is.
Well, I'll give you an example of the things that we don't think about. Right now, this month, registration has opened for students transitioning from secondary school to high school. Secundaria to prepa, okay? And we have 23 students. I mean, we started 2 years ago with our inaugural class, and those students are now transitioning to high school. It's very exciting for us. Well, that process of registering for high school is not for the faint of heart. Normally, the schools provide the students with the support they need. Well, schools aren't open, are they? So what has to happen is the student has to go online. They have to upload a photo, JPEG. They have to upload a copy of a PDF of their CURP. they have to upload a payment verification, and then there is a questionnaire, apparently with like 100 questions that the students have to fill out online as part of the registration process.
Right.
You're not going to do that on a phone.
No.
And so we actually, in the last week, we've had almost all of those kids come into we have a little office. We have a program assistant that we work with, and her office is actually, her home is sort of her office, our office. And the families have been coming in one at a time, doing this online registration process. If we weren't here to do it, I don't know how they would get it done.
Right.
Actually, because the schools aren't open to help them.
You're right. Yeah, it's been a big challenge, but it's really great that what the Progreso Apoyo program is doing.
Right.
So I'm going to share my screen again and let people see how they can go and buy the ticket and watch this very cool virtual
video. Yes.
Yeah, the virtual video. And okay, so you can go on here. You see
ProgresoHomeTour.com. Well, the website is ProgresoHomeTour.com. That's the website.
You can see it up here, ProgresoHomeTour.com. I'm gonna put it right now in the chat. Just give me a second.
Okay, that would be
and
great.
by the way, if anybody has a question or a comment, write it in the chat because I can see that, and you can get the question answered. But yeah, you can go right here and then tell us a little bit about what it is they do here at Speranza and come down here.
Well, actually, they basically go down to click here, and that takes them to the next page. Yep. And scroll down a little bit. Basically, yeah, stop right there. What'll happen is when they buy their ticket, basically right there, they will when they click buy now, that will take them to a PayPal site. You do not need PayPal to be able to buy a ticket. You do need a credit card or a debit card. PayPal just handles the financial transaction. So you basically will click on the buy now. You'll get to a place where you put in a credit card or debit card, and then the video will actually start playing right away once you make your payment. But the good news is you'll actually have 2 more. If you don't want to watch it right then, you'll have 2 more times to view it within 3 days. So basically, we suggest if you're ready to view it, buy it when you're ready. But if you said, oh, I didn't want to watch it right now, you can watch it that evening, the next day. So you can watch it 3 times on 2 different devices. What does that mean? That means that maybe you bought it on your phone. You go, oh, I don't want to watch it on my phone. I want to watch it on my TV or on my tablet. No problem. You can. It'll remember you and your IP, and it will go ahead and you can watch it on another device. So it's really pretty seamless. We do have a help email. We've had like 3 people ask us for help, and 2 of those it was because they didn't quite understand the instructions, but it all worked, right?
Down, you can kind of have that idea that is about 45 minutes long, and also they have until March 31st to
March 30th to buy the ticket and watch the program. And so we do encourage people to do it sooner rather than later because it's really good. One of the things we'll be doing on our site probably next week is starting to call some of the comments we've gotten, viewer comments that have given us a lot of feedback, because it's a really cool program, and these are real people. These are not show homes, or these are not homes in the real estate market. These are expats who have either built their homes or remodeled their homes, and so you really get a sense of what it's like to own a house at the beach and to decorate a house at the beach. And each house is about 3, 4, 5 minutes, so you don't get too much per house. And then we have some flamingos. We show a little bit about the community, so it's a fun program. So so the one thing I also want to talk about, one other project which you'll see in the video when you watch the video. The first commercial, if you will, is about us. The second commercial is about our partnership with the Rotary Clubs, and this is a really exciting project called Computers for Progress, which in Espanol is Computadores por Progreso. And the reality is that in the 3 middle schools here in Progreso, there's 3 of them, there are no computers for the students to use in the computer labs that they have. Can you imagine? 1,700 students, and they don't have access to computers. So when you talk about, gee, do they have one in their home? Well, of course they don't have one in their home, and they don't even have them at the school.
The lab, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we in a partnership with Rotary, we wrote a proposal to basically raise money to buy 35 computers to spread among the 3 middle schools in Progreso. And we've been adopted by a Rotary district in the States. We're working in partnership with the Southeast Mexico Rotary District 4195. It's a partnership with the Merida English Rotary Club and the Rotary Club in Progreso. So it's a really cool project, and even through the home tour, we tell people about it, and there's a chance to donate directly to the computer project, and we've actually gotten a nice donation directly from that. And we're hoping to buy them this spring, so that when the students go back to school in the fall, wouldn't it be nice if they had computers?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm sure, and just a quick note here, Brian Hamilton says he's proud to be a sponsor.
Oh, hi, Brian.
Thanks, Brian, for chiming in and for being a sponsor, because it is really important that if you do have the means and you so feel the compassion to do that, it really makes a huge difference in the community. And it's,
we actually have this year. We are, the interesting thing about these Apoyo programs is, and the sponsors know this, they're making a multi-year commitment to a student's life, right? Well, we're also doing that as a program. So our first year, we enrolled 24 students. That was great. Second year, we said, oh, let's do that again. We enrolled 28. Well, now we've got 52 kids all of a sudden in a year of the pandemic. So this year, we are actually being very cautious about expanding our program, because you don't want to get too big, right? Because you don't lose the first year, you just keep adding on. So we're doing a very slow and soft, modest sponsor recruitment. We have room for maybe 3 or 4 more sponsors, and that's it. So if anybody is out there interested in sponsoring a student, they can go to if they go to the home tour, they'll see our website, or they can contact you, get in touch with me. We still have room for maybe 2, 3, no more than 4 sponsors. We're not doing a big push because we can't get that much bigger this year. It's been a hard year for everybody, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, great. And so once again, you could go to the website here at the progresohometour.com, and you can buy your tickets. It's a great cause, and it's a cool video. I watched it.
Yeah. There you go. It is a cool video. It is a cool video. Next year, we hope to be back in Progreso. Really, that is our goal, is to do this again in person next year, and we hope that the situation will allow us. But this year we wanted to still allow people to have that experience, to support our program, and so we're really proud of what we've done, and we want as many people to see it as possible.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys are doing a really great job out there, and I know it's appreciated by the community. And also, I'm sure that people can just donate more if they want to, and they have the information about that on your website as well.
We do. Yep.
All right. So, all right, we'll wrap it up then for now. So don't forget to go and watch the video and support this great cause, and get some ideas for maybe your house or a beach house.
Yeah.
Or just vicariously there's somebody who has a house on the beach, right?
There you go. Thank you, Stephanie, for having me. You do really wonderful work. And I know last time we talked, it was about relief, and oh my God, that was like almost a year ago. Well, almost a year ago. Yeah, and as we know, there's so much work to do in this community, right? To support the community, and so this is a very gratifying experience and a lot of work. And I appreciate the opportunity to let people know what we're doing. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thanks for chiming in, everybody, and I'll be seeing you very soon, Speranza. Good luck with the project.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Stephanie. Bye, everybody.